Hey guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you guys read from the title below, you already know what this story time is about. But before we get into the story time, I just want to say a huge thank you to everyone who has been supporting me, who has been leaving comments, liking, sharing, subscribing. That helps me out so much. I love you guys and I appreciate you guys so much for that. Now, before I get into the story time, I'm telling you guys one time, I'll probably get emotional, but please bear with me. This story time might not be as long as we expected it to be, but please just bear with me. Also guys, I just want to encourage everyone who is going through difficult situation to not give up. If you guys are ever in a position where you guys feel like harming yourself is the way out, please don't. Find someone that you could talk to. If it's even me, even if I don't know you guys one-on-one, message me, I'll respond. With that said guys, without any further ado, let's get into this video. So this video happened in 2019, right? After we were beaten in the police cell block by the cops that are supposed to be protecting us and keeping law and order and all that stuff. Now, Arbani and I was placed in different cells. She was placed across from me, I was placed across from her. I could see the water, she was looking at the street. The Kikaka police station isn't a very big police station, so it's quite small. Now, while we were in the cell block, the senior officer was still in there shouting about Batman, this, that, the Tara, the whole stuff. The same way that he came was the same way that he was shouting and yelling and stuff like that. Now, that was the first time that I was in a cell. So that was quite difficult for me. I don't know if it is always difficult for persons who go into the cell block, but for me, because it was the first time being in there, was hard. I don't really remember how I got a jacket, but for some reason I had a jacket. And I remember thinking and crying on the floor, thinking that like my life was over. If you're from a country in the Caribbean, you know what it is like for someone who is a part of the LGBTQ plus community, and it's hard for someone in the LGBTQ plus community. So just imagine how hard it would be for someone who was not out, someone who was put out on national television with thousands and thousands and thousands of people seeing that. I just, like, in the cell block, like, my brain was just processing everything that was happening. And I was thinking, like, I felt like there was no longer any purpose to my life. Like, my life was over anyway. So why should I just stay and endure all this that I still have to face when I get out this cell block? And I remember thinking to myself on my knees, I was crying. And I was asking all kinds of questions and I wasn't getting any answer. Like, everything was just leading me to do one thing. And I remember after crying a bit, I got up and I took the jacket off and I tied the sleeve around the rails in the cell block and I tied the other end around my neck. And I made to like try and commit suicide by hanging myself. And before I could have done that, I remember like watching my mom fighting through her battles for so long, and then me just want to give up in this small situation because it was small compared to what she fought through. I remember crying again some more and I was like, I can't do this. And I remember loosing that knot from the shirt and I came down and I started crying again. Now, fast forward to a couple hours after we were sent back to Belize. When I got to Belize, it was like a whole joke scenario. Like, everyone thought it was a huge joke. The persons at Kikaka Water Taxi, they were just waiting to cackle and make fun of it. The persons in the newspaper, they were just waiting for a story to just like run with. As long as you make it seem as funny as you could, they would put it in the newspaper to get views and attention, when they don't realize how much those stuff affect people. Now, I think it was the day after, or the first day that I went back to work, everything changed. I used to be working at the traffic downstairs for Precinct 3. I was in charge of returns for the year. And because of the incident that I was in, and because being gay is such a big crime in Belize, where it's so huge for a person to just be themselves, that they moved me from where I was working and they placed me on relief. Now, a lot of them were just saying negative stuff and this and that. And I remember going home that evening and I was like, this is it. I can't take it anymore. I was like, I had no one. I felt like I had no one. Like, the only person that I had was my mom, and she wasn't there anymore. No one else was there for me besides my friends, Arbany, Brittany, Jenny, Leroy, Leon, Felix, Keith. They were the only persons there, Shanice. And it was hard. And I remember afterward that day, I was like, this is it. And I went home and I went into our bathroom, and Jenny had like a couple bottles of pills in the bathroom on the shelf in there, and I poured like a mixture of 2 or 3 bottles of those pills, and I attempted to swallow them, and I couldn't. I spit it out, and I was like, there's more to life than just me giving up, me crumbling under the thought of not being accepted by these people, when I've never needed to be accepted by those people. As long as I was accepting to myself, that was all that matters. And from that day forward, I've been great. I've been honest about myself. I've been true to myself. I'm not always in a good position, but whenever I feel down, I always have someone that I could talk to share with. I hope my story that I'm telling you guys touched someone, so that maybe someone changes their mind from harming themselves. With that said, guys, that brings me to the end of this story time. It's not as long and it's not good. It's not the best because I'm emotional telling it. Only one person I've told this story so far besides you guys now. And I just told you guys this story to prevent someone from hurting themselves. With that said, guys, I just want to thank you again for following me on my journey. Keep liking, commenting, sharing. That helps me out so much. And until next time, you guys, love you.